Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? It's a beautiful morning, although it's a little bit rainy out here and stormy. So, yeah. Some of these guys, when they do a stream, they wait a few minutes for people to come on because I guess the email goes out right at the front. And, but to me, that seems like a waste. So I think probably I should just get straight into things. All right, enough of that crunch. It's a beautiful day to serve the Lord, and full day, lots of stuff happening. We're going to talk about a couple of bits here. I don't really have a big plan. I haven't thought it out here today, but let's jump to it. So welcome, and we hope you'll have a beautiful day wherever you are. Today I have a pretty full day planned ahead. I'm going to be, we'll talk about the Exodus devotionals here in a minute, but yeah, I'm going to be visiting some of my church members who are in the hospital or in nursing homes. And of course, what that means is, from a pastoral perspective, that means lots of time, lots of transit time. So it'll be hours on the road, and because I'm going all the way to Grand Rapids, the big city, and also going the other direction and going to see someone up there. So yeah, there's really, you might think, well, this is going to be a boring part of the day, visiting these more aged people, but actually, you would be wrong. You would be most of the time you would be wrong, because each person is made in God's image. Each person is innately valuable, whether they're young or old. I know our society sort of honors the young, but those who are more aged have some life experience, and even if they experience some mental declines in their later years, they're precious. They're precious people, precious to the Lord, and they deserve full pastoral care. And that means that if they can't come to you, you go to them. So I'll be visiting some of my members who today are in the hospital or in care homes, and that's part of what I'll be doing today. So that means a lot of driving time ahead in the rain, but we'll be fine. It's going to be a precious time, and they deserve it. They're special people. So let's talk about our devotionals in Exodus. Had an interesting question that came in. What about the floor of the sanctuary? Because we noticed that the Ark of the Covenant, which is kind of the first thing in the list of the furniture that's going to go out here through 25 of Exodus. We're going through verse by verse the entire book of Exodus, right? So we're in 25 now, and I don't remember how many months we've been at this. But now we come to the Ark, and it's like the most important piece. So it's like, boom, right out there in front. And you notice as you look at the instructions about the Ark that it has 4 feet. When they built the box, essentially kind of a rectangular-ish box shape, on each of the base, they put little feet for it to stand on. And you kind of wonder, well, what's it like down there? I mean, this is the most holy thing in the most holy place. It's standing up on feet. What's the floor like there? And so, because those feet lifted up off the floor. Actually, if you study, I think it's in Deuteronomy 5:17, and maybe said that there are actually several other hints across these books that tell us that the floor of the sanctuary, you'd think, like when you go camping, maybe if you do go camping, you take a carpet. We have a carpet that's rolled up, and we roll it out so to keep the dirt and stuff off from getting into the truck. But the sanctuary doesn't have anything like that as far as I can tell. If you notice something, let me know, but I don't believe it does. I believe that the floor is a dirt, it's just the ground. The sanctuary is set up on the ground. Whenever they set it up, they must have had the kids out there and cleared it out or whatever, and then they set up the screens across the courtyard and set up the most holy place and the holy place, the tabernacle structure, and then they set up the altar out there. But it was all pure ground. And when you get into the sanctuary, you go into the holy place, and then they finally go into the most holy place. There's the Ark of the Covenant, and it's constructed according to what we read in Exodus 25 so that it's up on 4 feet. and it is up off the ground. So the ground would be just kind of like dirt, even in the most holy place. The priests are walking in on bare feet. Okay, I mean, they're not going into the most holy place. Once a year, the high priest goes, right? Well, we'll come to that. Actually, that's in Leviticus, some of that instruction, but I think we'll have some of it here in Exodus. But yeah, even the most holy place, it's on the dirt ground, and then it's up, elevated off the dirt ground, and then the base of the inside of the box, the Ark of the Covenant, in the most holy place, that is then elevated off the dirt because this is the most holy place. There's two of the holy things that you have there, right? You have inside the ark, God's going to put just two or three things, just really the Ten Commandments on the tablets of the covenant, and then you're going to have above the lid, the pure gold lid, you're going to have the Shekinah glory, where God meets with His people, and so that's the most holy business there in the most holy place. So anyway, interesting that it keeps it very simple, very straightforward, just a cleared ground with the sanctuary set up on top of it. So interesting bits there. In fact, yeah, let's just flip over here, see if there's anything else we want to mention, because we're going through Exodus 25 now, and next is coming the table of showbread. I'm trying to remember which one I put up. I think it was 2016, right, this morning. By the way, there have been a couple of mornings where somehow I entered the wrong day, and I found out later in the day that the devotional didn't go up in the morning at 6 a.m. when it's supposed to, and so I had to publish it at that time late in the day. So sorry about that. I think that happened 2 times, so I'll try to do better on that. But yeah, so so I think that you most recently saw the you shall put into the ark the testimony which I shall give you. That would be today's, and then I'm going to be working some more here, finish out the Ark of the Covenant, and then we'll go to the table of showbread, the golden lampstand, etc. So anyway, Exodus, still working through the Exodus devotionals. I hope you're finding those interesting, useful. I've sort of stopped putting the scrolling scriptures at the front because I didn't really think it added a lot. So, but if you want that, let me know. I can I can start doing that again. This Sabbath, this Saturday, I preached on a topic, and we put that up. I had trouble with the sound, but there was an article in this crazy magazine that years ago, if this article had appeared, it would have led to an outcry. If there was an article that appeared in this particular magazine that within my church that taught this thing, there would have been, people would have been alert, and a lot of things would. Today, something like this seems to happen, and it's like silence. But anyway, we talked about it on Sabbath, went to the Bible, found some Bible answer, and worked on that topic. So anyway, I took that. Somehow the audio failed, so I had a backup audio, and I tried to do the best I could with it. So that's up today. I think it went up yesterday as Should Protestants Go Catholic? So there's 49 minutes of that if you're interested. That's a new category. It's a new playlist I've started called video. I have audio sermons now, and now I'm going to add to that on occasion video sermons until we get to where we're regularly filming them, which we're not filming them except in this tiny postage stamp size. So today, we did an experiment yesterday, and so anyway, that's the first one of those, and off and on you'll probably see those start to show up, but with better sound next time. So anyway, if you're interested, should Protestants go Catholic? I'm not going to elaborate further. You can read the topics. It's kind of an Adventist thing, so if you're outside that space, it might not mean as much to you, but really at the end of the day, there are things the Bible teaches that are crucial, they're there. If it's there and God put it there, important stuff. We need to go by those things, and we shouldn't just throw those things away willy-nilly because, oh, this is going to be an unpopular teaching. This is going to scare people. That's not what it's about. If Jesus gives us insight and help, then we need to say, yes, sir, and lovingly know that He gives us that out of love, and proceed then to obey and follow the Lord Jesus. So we're kind of working our way through some business. This week's a full week, as I mentioned already. Friday night, I'll be doing my evangelistic meetings again. There's a 4 in the set. These will be in Muskegon, Michigan. So the Friday night meeting, well, at 7 o'clock, will be how did we get here? Sabbath morning, 2 prophetic grids. We study Revelation 13 and Revelation 18. Revelation 18 is very much neglected. There's a lot there. We're going to give you some charts, not standard prophetic charts. These are basic to help us understand how the devil works through his agents. So there's a lot of that in Revelation 12, 13, and 18. On Saturday evening, 7 o'clock this week, will be Mark of the Beast, Fact or Fiction. We'll be studying exclusively in Revelation 13. Well, we're going to look at some other scriptures, but that's our main spot. And then a week from then, we'll finish with our 4th meeting, which is Jesus and the seal of God. God's plan is to seal his people so they can go pass through these extraordinary times. And we did these meetings here a couple of weeks ago up in Fremont, and we're going to do them again in Muskegon this week, this next 2 weeks. And if you're in the area, by all means, come on down and bring your Bible, because this won't just be random opinions. This is going to be, we're going to plow into the Word. I mean, really plow into it. But I don't think academically, I don't think it's going to be boring in that respect. I think it'll be, hopefully, you'll find it very insightful. We don't plan to put these online right now. Maybe at a future time when I've kind of finessed it all out to the best we can get it. Maybe we'll put it up there at some point. I don't know. So anyway, that's some busy stuff ahead this week. I'll tell you what, though, my main project, besides all my pastoral ministry, which is the thing I'm paid for, it's the thing that I must be first, and these other things have to kind of be pushed and squeezed off into the edges. But the key thing I'm working on is for, you might be here from both of my channels, the Repair the Breach WO and the Larry the Guy from Michigan. The key project I have for this week that I want to accomplish, and I don't know if I'll get it done this week or not, but near the end of the week, hopefully, not promising, but I've been studying a lot about feminism, the origins of feminism, and I've been studying a lot about modern spiritualism. And I have some books I've been reading and some study I've been doing, and wow, I cannot wait to pull all that business together and share it with you. So depending on when I get through with my main stuff today, depending on how much time I have tonight, I may be able to finish a script for my book reaction to one of these books, Radical Spirits. I've mentioned it here before, and I'm finishing another book, which I'll tell you more about. There's certainly going to be a book reaction to that one, and those 2 books provide a lot of foundation. And I'm going to do those will come up on probably Larry the Guy from Michigan. But my biggest desire to finish right now is on the Women's Ordination channel, Repair the Breach WO. I'm going to do a very serious theological study video and some historical background for the unbelievable connections between spiritualism and feminism. It's not going to be opinion. This is going to be rooted in historical reality. And so anyway, I've got some of it done, but it's not ready yet. And I hope today, too, my plan is to stop off briefly on the way back and film a couple bits for a short to go up on the WO, Repair the Breach WO channel. So anyway, you might see that tomorrow morning, the short, and we'll see how many of these things we actually get done today. Sometimes your bucket's just fuller than you have time for. So on top of that, I'm refreshing my Greek for the next 6 months because of some meetings I plan to do in the fall. And I'm very excited about that, but I'm going to zip my lips and keep that to me for now, and work, so I can be ready to really share on an amazing topic, absolutely amazing. And yeah, gotta hold it in yet. Let's just wait and keep working on it. All right, let's see. Anything else we want to talk about here today? Probably won't be a long one here today. Sometimes we go 35 minutes, but today I think we'll be on the short side. Hope you're enjoying the channels. I hope they're being fruitful and useful to you. I read all of your comments, every last one of them, and I sometimes respond, sometimes I don't, but I read them all. And I pray for every new subscriber. We have quite a lot of subscribers now. I mean, not in YouTube. We're tiny, but doesn't matter. I'm just so glad that you're benefiting from this, and you want to know when something new comes out. So anyway, there's kind of the vaporware until it lands, right? So should be a one book reaction at least this week on Larry the Guy from Michigan if I finish it. The Big Theological Business over there on the WO channel. A short tomorrow probably on the WO channel. Of course, devotionals every single day right now out of Exodus. Um, and the big projects that I'm really all in on. Don't know if I can deliver those this week or not, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try and see how far we get. So we will see. On top of that, I have to finish my Horizon Watch newsletter. I'm still doing it. It hasn't gone away. Um, I've got to do one more of those, and then I can whip the next newsletter together and get it printed and published. So that's got to be done. And we're trying to get the church website finished in live. So yeah, if you've got some extra time, come and join me today. We'll work on these things. So those are some of our business today. Hope you're enjoying this new week. Hope you're taking advantage of the good weather. Although right now here we've got a little bit of stormy, but God is good. God is so good. Friend, eat healthy, live healthy, put God first. Be in His Word, receive His promises, be blessed. Be a Christian ready for these end times. And who of us can say we're sufficient for these things? None of us. Who of us is truly ready at this time? Yeah, probably none of us. So that means, gird your loins up and do a little bit here and a little bit there. Get yourself ready because times of intensity are crazy, are landing all around us. I'm tempted to comment on some business that's happening. I will skip it for now. Anyway, we're glad you're here and hope you've been blessed today. And don't neglect your fellow believers. Don't neglect your older friends and members. Give them a little call. Give them a visit. I'll tell you what. A lot of these people are very lonely. Their kids are all on cell phones in other states. They're not on it. Many of them don't know Many of them are not connected to that. They don't have email. They don't have cell phones. They just sort of never went there. And so basically they're in this isolated, very isolated universe where they can lay in their bed and watch, Andy Griffith reruns. And once a year, maybe the kids come and see him. Some of the people are like that. Hopefully, I don't think so many of mine are like that, but it happens. People get neglected. And people are more precious than that. If there's find a aged person or a person who's a shut-in that's a part of your church and give them a call. Better yet, go and stop in and see them. Give them 25 minutes of your day. Listen to them. Talk with them. Benefit from their insights for life. And be a blessing to them. Give them the gift of your presence. This isn't just something for pastors, right? This is for people who believe in Jesus and want to be like Jesus. So anyway, an idea for you there today, a way that you can be a servant of Jesus to some who are in a worse situation than you are. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for joining me. And I hope you're blessed by the channel. Tell your friends about our wonderful channels, and hopefully they'll be benefited as well. Let me know what you're thinking. Write me some comments, and I will read them. God bless you.